So this painting is set in 2020, although I decided that at the beginning of the year, and things have changed a few times since, and we're only halfway through the year, so there's some degree of fiction in it inherent in the fact that I don't quite know what the year will look like. So the painting depicts a kind of church-like space. It's not a particular church. It's constructed out of many different elements. So in a way, it's fictitious or a bit of a dreamlike space for me. In this case, it is for me a painting of a mourning, a funeral of sorts in this time of social distancing. The people I know that have gone through funerals in the last few months had very alienating experiences, and this sense of estrangement, of distancing at a time where you want to be intimate with each other or you want to support, but there's this physical distance or this this isolation, I think is something that anyway is present in my work and feels now like it's really present everywhere. There's something about the unreal that's become real, or the living in this time of strangeness. It's a kind of strangeness that is not really realistic. I think, again, I was trying to avoid realism and illustration, and so in the end painted something that had more to do with my experience of this year and my this nightmarish feeling of this period. So I decided to paint a burial. First, it was planned for outside, or I had all my sketches as an outside burial painting, but it felt, it was just too green, and I couldn't deal with it, or I couldn't relate to it. I also considered doing the opposite and doing rather the daily life as things actually continued around me in Berlin, and the crowded marketplace and the teenagers in the parks at night. But somehow I felt like I wanted to retrieve and go to an interior space, maybe also because this period has so much taken place indoors, and a funeral for me epitomized this sense of stillness and isolation and loss and estrangement, which are themes that are often in my work anyway. Now, to be asked to make this painting, similarly to being asked to make a painting for the Supreme Court in Holland, was really exciting to me, because even though it's not history painting, it's in the tradition of this long history of commissioned paintings of events and group portraits, and many great painters were part of that, and I thought I was living in a time where that was no longer relevant, and perhaps it is, to really do history painting is no longer appropriate, as I don't think there's a single narrative, but to be part of that tradition and to be in dialogue with those painters and the painting history of commissioned state portraiture, event painting, I think is fun. It's fun to play with as an artist, and is challenging, and something I'm happy to be doing.